Great. Well, welcome. So we're just going to get started here. So it's pretty straightforward. The way this works is we have questions that that others have submitted, and I will answer them in the order that they get received. You can use the Q&A button beneath this window to submit them. One second. And also, if your situation is that you have more of a conversation that you want to have rather than like a very specific question, you can raise your hand or type it in the chat, and then I can unmute your mic and we can have a conversation if that's something that would be more helpful. But I'll just go ahead and start with the questions that we have. All right, so this first question is from Laura. I'd like to edit our My Account page, adding some more relevant information, but I cannot find a way to display two of them. Next rebill date and form of payment, credit card or PayPal. I tried searching through this article, but could not find anything related to these two member information. Yeah, so those particular data points that you're referring to, that's currently not data that's available to be output through the smart tags. So yeah, so unfortunately those are going to have to remain something that you can't display on the My Account page at the moment. Okay, so this next question is from Vivian. I am looking for an update on the functionality of MemberMouse when people want to purchase my membership courses as a gift. Membership usually requires the person's email address as the username for logging into the course in the membership area, but this generates the automated welcome and login emails, which ruins the surprise of a gift. Is there an automated way for people to purchase my membership course as a gift for another person, giving a specific date for automated emails to go out to the gift recipient, e.g. birthday, Christmas, etc. The last time I checked, this wasn't available. Or should I be looking at a WooCommerce gift voucher plugin that integrates with MemberMouse, meaning the automated gift code on the WooCommerce voucher would be automatically integrated with MemberMouse and people could go straight ahead and use it on Christmas Day without email assistance from me? Okay, so there's a few questions there. The first one, so the overall challenge I think you're looking to solve are two things. One, you want to be able to allow people to purchase gifts without an automated email being sent. That's pretty straightforward. You can create, for gifting purposes, you can create a specific membership level or bundle, whatever it is, as a gift, and just turn off the setting on that membership level that sends out the automated email. And that way an automated email won't be sent. Now, of course, so it's not going to be possible for you to specify a date to delay the welcome email, right? So you can either turn it off or have it be sent out immediately, but you're not going to be able to delay it until a certain date. So the easiest solution here would be to create another membership level that you specifically offer and to people that they can purchase as a gift. And then that way, and then turn the welcome email setting off on that. Now, with regards to WooCommerce gift voucher plugin, I'm not familiar with that plugin, and nor do I know if they have an integration with MemberMouse. But if it were to work, essentially what would have to happen is when a WooCommerce gift voucher was purchased, a coupon would have to be created in MemberMouse automatically, such that the recipient of that gift voucher can then go in and use that coupon code on the checkout page to get it for free or whatever the discount is. Again, I'm not familiar with their plugin, and I'm not familiar if an integration existed currently, but if you wanted to do it, that would be the way to do it. So you could talk to a developer about that potentially. All right. This next question is from Andrew. I would like to create a landing page on my site that has the checkout form on it. In other words, when the page is visited, the free trial form shows up on the bottom of the landing page like this. Headline, photo, copy, checkout form for free trial. 1, do I create a block and paste the code into a block in WordPress? 2, what landing page URL link do I use to direct prospects to this landing page with the checkout form? 3, how do I create several different landing pages to test in terms of MemberMouse? Do I need a bunch of new core pages? Okay, so with regards to your first and your third question are the same answer, essentially. So basically all you need to do is, let me share my screen real quick here. So I'm gonna go to our support center and custom checkout page. Okay, so this article will show you how to create custom checkout pages, which is exactly what you're talking about. There's only ever going to be one checkout core page. This is the default checkout page. When you copy purchase links from the MemberMouse backend, from say the product settings screen, any of these purchase links that you copy, they're always going to go to the default checkout page. So if you want to create an additional checkout page, these instructions here in this article are going to show you step by step how to do that. And then the answer to your second question is answered here, how to link to the checkout page. Yeah, so this article essentially explains every aspect of your question. So yeah, I'm not going to go through it and talk through it because essentially I would just be reading it. Of course, if you do have follow-up questions after reviewing this article, you can email our support team at support.membermouse.com. Sorry, support@membermouse.com, and they'll help you out. But this article, but it's a pretty straightforward process. Regarding your question about, so you'll see here in this first thing, it links you to a page where it provides all different kinds of checkout forms using smart tags. So in your question about, do you put this in a WordPress block? I believe so, so essentially you can download the sample code from each of these examples. And then you just, and back in WordPress, you would have created a new page and you would have said, this is your sales page, whatever. You would have whatever content, whatever you want. And then ultimately at the end, you would have, you just create a custom HTML block and paste in the code. And then you're good to go. Now this, and of course follow the other steps in the article. Custom checkout. Follow the other steps in the article and create your links as indicated by this section, and then you're good to go. And you can create as many of those as you want. Okay, this next question is from Rachel. I'm adding a monthly recurring membership to, I'm adding, excuse me. I'm, I'm adding a monthly recurring membership. If I've set up a product that renews its subscriptions each month, and do I just leave the membership expires blank? Because as a default, if they don't pay, they won't have access. Also, do members on a recurring membership get a reminder email for their payment? Just trying to work out how I deal with members who want to cancel their monthly payments because I've only ever had a one-off fee. In regards to your first question, yes, you do not, if your product has a subscription on it, you do not need to use the membership expires functionality. This is usually used with either free memberships or memberships that have a one-time cost. But usually, most of the time, it would only be used for free memberships. But there are valid use cases for when it would be used for one-time purchase. But yeah, it definitely wouldn't be used when when a product has a subscription on it, because yes, MemberMouse has built-in functionality such that if a payment fails, then MemberMouse has a built-in dunning system where we'll try the card 3 more times. It'll put the account into overdue status on the first failure, send an email to the customer letting them know that the payment has failed and they should go to the My Account page to update their credit card information. If the customer follows those instructions and logs in and goes to the My Account page and updates their card, their account will be reactivated. If they don't do that, MemberMouse will attempt to bill the card 2 more times. And on the 3rd attempt, if it fails, it will cancel access automatically. So all of that functionality is built into MemberMouse. And there's an article that Cindy shared in the chat that goes over in detail this entire process. But if you are watching the replay, you're not going to have access to that. So if you want to see the entire process, you go to the support site and type in automated overdue payment handling. And this article goes over the entire process of how that works. The second part of your question, regarding reminder emails, there isn't a built-in way currently to send out an email prior to a rebuild date. There is a kind of beta script that we provided in the support center. Let me see if I can find it. I forget what it was called. Cindy, maybe you know. It's the script that allows for emails to be sent out X days prior to subscription. X days before, okay, find subscriptions here. Find subscriptions rebilling in X days. So you can check out this article. It definitely would require you to have some like development skills, because you're going to download a script and put it on the server somewhere. But essentially, and then you're going to determine what to do with all of the potential rebills that are going to be happening. If you want to send out an email, you would have to program that yourself. It's a very basic task to do. So you could hire somebody on Upwork or whatever to do this. But this article gives you the foundational things that you need for MemberMouse in order to do it. The reason that this isn't built into MemberMouse currently is because this is potentially a very risky operation to do. So if ultimately, the ideal is that this would be a push notification. MemberMouse has a built-in push notification system, and it has different triggers that you can create notifications for. I'll just, for visual sake, I'll just go there so you can see what I'm talking about. So we have push notifications. So you can create a push notification for all these different triggers. Now, the thing about all these triggers is that they are user-based, user action-based triggers, meaning a user took an action. So for example, member was added, member status changed. Like these are triggers based on things happening in the system, product purchased, a rebill payment received. So the thing about this particular case about what rebills are coming up is it's a polling situation, meaning the system would have to poll, ask the question, who's being rebilled in X days on a frequency. It would have to be a cron job. So every 2 hours, every 5 hours, whatever, you would have to execute this script and determine who will be being billed in X days such that emails could be sent to them. Now, on systems with people who have, 100 members or less, this isn't necessarily going to be an issue performance-wise because it's not really going to tax the system, but there's a lot of factors in play. There are some people who have 100 members and they're just on a really bad server, and so everything runs really slowly. So the reason that we don't have this in here is because it needs to intelligently be done such that if people use it, it doesn't blow up their server, right? If there were unlimited, if we could depend on people having a good server resources for the amount of members that they had, then this could be implemented, but that is not something we could depend on. So it requires a more advanced technical solution. Hence why we provide the script. We did part of the work and we provide the script so that people can kind of assess their own situation. There's this warning at the top, which basically is getting at what I'm speaking to. So anyway, just a little background on that. This question is also from Rachel. I am looking to raise the price of my course, and I'm wondering whether I can just update the amount on my current product or if I need to create a new one. Also, it was 4 years ago that I set all this up, and I use Stripe as a payment platform. If I adjust that payment amount, will that automatically register in Stripe? i.e., Stripe will just accept payment for whatever amount is detailed in the product settings. I'll take the second part of your question first. So, because it's easier to answer. Stripe is agnostic, that we're not currently using Stripe's built-in subscription system. So essentially we have a secure token from Stripe in the database, your database on your site. And every time you want to build a card on file, you just send that token along with the price you want to charge, and Stripe's not going to ask any questions about it. They'll just build a card on file. So Stripe has nothing, Stripe will not create any resistance in this situation. Now, regarding how you want to approach this, so if I go to my products, so you can technically, modify the price on an existing subscription. So you can see here, this product has been purchased, so some properties have been locked to avoid accidental editing. So you can click here to unlock them. So you can see here, the price is grayed out, right? So I'll click here to unlock it. Now I can change it, right? I can change it on the existing product to 39 and then save this. Now what this does though is, say you had 100 customers who purchased that product previously. They're still going to be charged the original price that they signed up on, $29, because the way the member mouse functions internally is when a product is purchased, a snapshot of the product definition is attached to the order, such that anytime a rebill needs to happen, MemberMouse looks at the snapshot of the product definition on the order, as opposed to looking at the product configuration itself. If MemberMouse did it that way, then updating this to $39 would mean that every customer who had purchased in the past would now be starting to be billed $39, which is not what we want to have happen. So you can do it this way. I would suggest not doing it this way. It's possible, but I would suggest not doing this way. From a reporting perspective, really, because you still will have clients who are billing on this original product. So what I would do is I would create a new product for the new price point, and then just start offering that product instead of the old product. And you'll continue to have your old customers billing on the original product, and then you'll be offering the new product at the higher price point. And that way, it just makes things cleaner. Really, the only time I would use this price change thing on the product itself is if I made a mistake or something. Like I created the product, 2 customers signed up, and I realized, oh, actually I wanted it to be a different price. I would change it on that product. But for a price change situation, I would create a new product, because then in the reporting suite, you know, when you have product sales, we don't currently have any data on this demo site right now, but you can see sales by product, and it's just going to be, it just gives you more flexibility. You may have a question, you may not have a question now that you have in your mind where you want to know who purchased the original product versus the new one, but in the future you may want to ask more questions of your analytics as you grow. And if you basically just have that original product and change the price, it's not going to give you clear answers, because some people paid this price for it and other people's paid this price for it. Okay, so I would just create a new product. And that's all the questions that we had. So unless people have more questions, that'll be the end of it. Thanks everyone for joining and asking your questions. I hope that this was helpful, and we will see you at the next office hours session. If in the meantime you do have any questions about MemberMouse or about a particular situation that you're experiencing on your site, or some strategic thing you want to try to execute, feel free to reach out to support@membermouse.com. And we have a very helpful team of experienced people who can assist you with whatever questions you have. All right. Other than that, hope you have a great weekend, and see you next time. Bye.